There comes a moment in your life, not for everyone, but I figure people who are following my channel, they recognize this moment where you feel the burden of having to live with yourself. It becomes heavier and heavier. It becomes more impossible. It becomes downright depressing to live with this self. And at first you might not notice what is the reason of this, why this heaviness arises in your life, why it's becoming so impossible to live. For me, that was the most worrisome years. Maybe that's not the right word. I was around 25 when life started becoming heavier and heavier for me. Depression started to kick in. Anxiety came around the corner more frequently. And I couldn't understand what was wrong. The reason why I want to make this video is because a lot of people think when they are in that phase of depression, of anxiety, of feeling heavy, feeling they can't go on anymore. Please understand that there is nothing, really nothing wrong with you. What is happening is you are evolving. You are growing spiritually, and this mold that has carried you all these years doesn't fit anymore. It's becoming lifeless. It always has been lifeless, by the way, because identity often, I'm not saying all the time, but often is not a reflection of nature. Identity often is a reflection of survival. And some people can live in that identification of survival until they die, never really getting to know essence, never really getting to know source. So I say to you, congratulations, the ones who cannot seem to be living with themselves anymore, the ones who feel it's becoming heavier and heavier. And why do I say congratulations? Because your soul has decided to wake up from the illusion. Your soul has decided to take the journey to come back home. And is that an easy journey? Of course not. It's not an easy journey. But who did ever say that life on earth was meant to be a joyful experience? It can become a joyful experience when we wake up to our true nature. But before we wake up to our true nature, we have to go through heaps and heaps of shadow, of illusion, of stories, of not integrated feelings, of buried, frozen energies, emotions that are in our body that need to become readdressed, to alchemize them, to integrate them so they can leave our consciousness, so they can leave our system. A few days ago, I saw a video of Eckhart Tolle, and I really loved it. And it was saying why you are feeling sad while everybody seems to be happy. I always wondered that myself. I never, even as a child, I was still quite uplifting, but in my teenager years, I started already to feel the burden. And I wondered, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel so heavy? Why do I feel so sad? Why is everybody seem to be enjoying themselves, being happy with themselves? And the reason is most people are not ready to wake up. Most people are not ready to face truth. And if you have stumbled on this video, then you are ready to face truth. You are ready to become radically honest with yourself. You're ready to step out of societal norms, family norms and values, cultural norms and values. So much identification happened already when we turn 7, 8 years old. We are already completely identified with our surroundings. And since the world we live in is a world that is still fairly asleep, we start drifting and drifting further and further away from source, from God awareness. And more people are waking up. God is awakening in them. And while this is a very joyous transformation, no, I'm saying this wrong, why this is a very joyous return. The transformation is painful. It's exhausting. It's tremendously exhausting. Every particle, every cell in your body, every wrong wiredness in your brain is getting reshaped. So if you find yourself in a situation where you only have energy to be with yourself, to alchemize what needs to be alchemized inwardly, to feel your feelings that have been buried there for all of your life, you are, there is nothing wrong with you. You chose a path of true sovereignty, authenticity. You chose to come back to your true nature. So even though your surroundings reflect something completely different than what you are experiencing right now, trust your own path, trust your own feelings, trust your own insights. Trust that the depression you might be feeling right now, the anxiety that is palpable in your system, the tremendous exhaustion, the need to turn inward, to retract your tentacles out of society. Trust that this is what your soul needs to have meaning in life, to feel whole, to feel fulfilled in life. Your soul doesn't want to force the fake smiles anymore. Your soul doesn't want to force itself into a structure that doesn't suit its true nature. Your soul cannot play the game within family dynamics anymore. Your soul cannot play the game in societal dynamics anymore. It wants to become radically authentic. And for that, your identity needs to die. Your personality needs to perish. So don't freak out in this phase of feeling you can't live with yourself anymore. Feeling you cannot go forward with yourself anymore. This is not the end of you, it's the end of an identity that cannot come with you anymore. Much love.